Hello and welcome to the 108th episode,
107
episode of the Destiny Community Podcast.
Some things never change, huh?
They never do.
Never change,
I literally
man.
told you 2 seconds ago what it was.
Genuinely so sure of that one, and here we are.
Would we have a Bungie employee on for 108? No, it'd have to be.
It has to be 7 exactly.
That completely makes sense, but I was like, man, I could have sworn last one was 107. I'm just going to go with 108 anyway. 8. My hat has an 8 on it. 8 snake.
All right,
snake, yeah.
Tefty, I'm back to voting you doing the
Am I back to the intros? Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
You know what?
Did I ever actually mess up? Did I ever mess up the number in the past?
I think that's why Patrick's doing it.
Yeah?
You did it too well.
Did I do it too good?
Dude, you
perfect.
did it too well.
It was not the DCP charm of failing.
He gave us too much to live up to for the rest of the podcast.
Too much.
He nailed the intro
polish.
every week, and then we were just like sitting here like, what do we do now?
I was
The trick
supposed to
is if you
scuff it up.
start off failing.
How do we follow that up?
You got to start off failing, and then the rest of the podcast, you can only go up from
Right.
there.
Continues to fail.
Here's the only issue. Here's the only issue.
Grateful for you to start off with that.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
The only issue, Holtz, is will your internet actually work?
Give it time.
Give it time.
Now he's
Yeah.
making fun of your internet. That's like
That's really
low.
weird.
I know. I don't want to flex my 1 gig up and down, but like sometimes, sometimes you got to bring it up, right? 1 gig up and down.
Hey, we have a Bungie employee
So,
on the podcast and
speaking
actually
about-
currently employed one.
yes, he is. Tonight we have one of our community managers, Dylan, or as he's known in the inner circle, Skinny Jeans, or Damage, or Dimgy. Which why so many names?
Why skinny jeans? Where did that come from?
I think the names kind of range just from person to person. What's easier to say? And damage in particular is just people doing call outs in games will say, hey, damage. Okay, I'll take it. Skinny jeans spawns from the first time I actually met community members at PAX a couple of years ago. I was only 17, 18, and I was still in my emo phase where I was wearing really tight clothes, skinny jeans, that kind of stuff.
A couple years ago, 17.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, like a decade. Yeah.
Give or take 8.
Give or take a few.
Yeah, I'm actually 14 right now, so
You've been
Give or take
around
YouTube coming around.
yeah.
You were back in the you're hanging out on the forums back in the Halo days, no?
Yeah, I actually I joined 2 days after my birthday, so that was November 27th, 2004.
Nice.
2004.
Wow.
So you back in the day, you were on the forums, helping out, doing stuff. What was your first involvement in the community as far as the getting involved with the Destiny community? Or I'm sorry, the Bungie community.
Well, with the Bungie community, it all started out with in Halo 2, there were nameplates that said Bungie.net, and I was like, oh, hey, I really want to have one of those. So I joined the website, got the cool title. But then I noticed the forums were around, and they had OptiMatch where you could talk about matchmaking or just general Halo forums to talk about the weapons and stuff. And I started chatting with people on there. And then they also had the clans. So I was like, oh, hey, I could get a second friends list and see if I could set up daily game nights with some people. So that's when I started getting really in tune with the Bungie forums and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And did you find yourself always sort of gravitating or to helping others on the forums, or were you hella toxic and got banned like I did?
I have been warned and banned, and that was when I was younger, yes. But I learned to be a better person on the internet.
By his fourth account.
I kind of gravitated towards helping people probably towards when Destiny was about to be released, because we had a lot of new PlayStation players coming to the Bungie forums for the first time. So
it's something that you're very familiar with, the Bungie forums and being a part of that community. I wanted to talk about as far as those people out there aspiring to get into that line of work of community management, is this something that you always saw yourself doing, or something that came up over time?
I'd say it came up over time, because at first when I was joining the forums, it was just, oh, hey, I'm here to play a game. Started following the blog more often. I thought, oh, hey, that's really cool. Community managers are really nice. Like, they get us the news, they get us these really cool images, that kind of stuff. But I didn't think too much of it. In college, though, I was kind of dabbling in architectural design and doing some other majors, and I landed on communications. And I started noticing, like, I actually had a good time. Like, I wanted to pursue a career where I was communicating with people and doing that kind of stuff. And that fell in line with just how often I was on the forums communicating with people there too. And what really led to it was the day before House of Wolves started, I actually landed a job here at Bungie on the player support team. And that gave me just more opportunity to interact with the community and kind of build towards being a community manager.
Nice. What was that first, like, what was that role on player support? How would we have seen your work in action?
So on the help forum in particular, we have a lot of Bungie help accounts. So I actually owned one of those accounts. And I would go through if people are having networking issues or if they were hitting issues in the game where they couldn't advance in a mission or whatever. I would help troubleshoot through those sorts of things. I would also go onto a kit right next to myself and see if I could reproduce issues and file bugs and pass that along to the dev team to be addressed.
Was there ever a guitar error that ever happened? No? Okay.
Yeah, that's something we're looking at right now, though.
Yeah.
It's very topical that the guitar error shows up so much now in the raid, and a guitar emote gets released in Festival of the
Oh,
Lost.
man. Yeah, we actually, like, a week ago, we thought about that. We were like, oh, this timing.
Is this on the head or coincidence?
I thought it was. I thought if it might have been Bungie's own humor of of laughing at themselves, like the bones of in public spaces where
a million deaths are not enough for Master Rahul, disturbing the bones.
Yeah. Most recently, Edge Transit. Yeah,
Edge Transit and all that. So I guess we've heard from other Bungie employees about the infamous interview process. Did you find yourself being grilled by Bungie employees for 7 days and 7 nights?
A hazing?
For the player support interview process, it was more talking to a lot of like testers, test leads, that kind of stuff to see how I would troubleshoot issues to try to identify what the root cause was. But then for community management, it was more talking to a bunch of people about like, how do you handle these situations? What will you say here? Like, let's say you're outlining This Week at Bungie for the first time, that kind of stuff. So it wasn't so much a 7-day grilling thing, but it was more just getting a feel of what were my instincts in terms of like handling issues for player support, but then also handling a community for the community management.
What did they suggest about when going on a community podcast and slipping secrets that weren't supposed to be published? What did they say?
Any guidelines?
Any guidelines on that?
The first rule they gave me was never go on a podcast with Pope Bear, but they relaxed on that.
That's good. That's good. Obviously, Deej is on vacation, so you got away with that one.
Pope's in parole right now.
I just snuck in here.
Snuck in and turned the equipment on. No one else is at Bungie right now. He's got all the buttons pressed.
Twitch Master Scott's here. He's made sure all the lights are on, but
he's a rebel, though.
He's looking at me right now.
He'll do anything for Mountain Dew.
You want to break the rules? You want some Mountain Dew? Yeah. So I'm just really curious about it because it seems like your route from community member to community manager was not like you didn't like go to school for it. This isn't like your a typical route for someone getting into the gaming industry, but it's like you were the hero we needed at the time we needed you, but we didn't know we needed you then. It's like you came in at a very interesting time. And I remember that post going up on Bungie.net for that position. It was a very unique position. It was like looking at data analysis, right?
Actually, I can't even remember what the
I'm trying to think back, like how far back the original post looked like. But it was
Yeah.
it was like it was asking for somebody that could take a look at not necessarily like spreadsheets of data, but like looking at social media and the forums and being able to synthesize that and somehow communicate that to the development teams. How important is that process? Like, I mean, how do you go about taking all this stuff that you see on the forums on Reddit and putting it in something that a development team could use?
Well, I'd say there are a couple parts to it. Like what we've started doing recently too, and not necessarily recently, but we started going to a lot more play tests where we can sit down with the designers and actually kind of get in ahead of the time to say, oh, hey, we may project the community would have these feelings or these thoughts. And Holtzman actually got to do a bit of that too on his position as a playtest specialist. In terms of going out into the forums and that kind of stuff, like we look at Reddit, Twitter, our own forums especially, just random mentions to some of us on Twitter directly too. And we try to take all of those different points and topics and we say, like, what is the root, I guess, feedback item that they're saying? And we try to take that and quantify it in. We have a lot of players that actually are, like, I guess more of our hardcore audience that feel this could be happening. Or we have some players that only sign in a couple hours a week and they want to see this sort of a thing. But kind of like seeing how you can take all of that different feedback, put it into a list, and then send it off to the development team, and then also sit down with them to kind of go through it. Like, what are some of the issues we're seeing? What's the feedback that we're seeing in the community, and how can we address that potentially in the future, long term, short term, that kind of stuff.
Is that how you look at players in the Destiny community? Is like their playtime when you're bringing up those like chunking those groups from social media, like how much?
I can't really I can't make that assumption from social media because you could just have some random guy tweeting at me saying, oh, hey, I really enjoyed the Haunted Forest. It would be cool if I saw this other thing in it too. And it's like, I don't know exactly how much he plays, but that is a valid feedback item. So if I have a player that actually is posting on Bungie.net and says, oh yeah, I'm a longtime player, been here since like the beta or whatever, I can kind of say, oh, hey, he has some experience. Check it out. He's played a bunch of raids. So he has some experience there too. And then add that into the feedback loop.
Do you guys ever verify like character information too? Because like I know,
look at their stats in case they're lying to you.
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean,
I don't know.
Like I know you guys aren't being.
I'm
like,
a top tier
suspicious,
PvP player.
Like, do you guys ever double check that? Be like, well, let's just make sure. Like, if somebody has a valid complaint or something, do you like double check the stats?
Yeah, I mean, like, and we'll do that for player support too, where we can check an account and say, oh, he has, like, for example, back when Husk of the Pit wasn't dropping in Destiny 1, we looked at a guy's account because he said, oh, I played this activity 800 times and it never dropped. And we thought, that seems like a pretty high number, but we were able to go in and see he played this activity 800 times trying to get this weapon.
Oh my God.
Oh, shoot. And then we were able to file the bug and say, hey, this is pretty high priority and that kind of stuff.
This guy single-handedly tested this and it seems to be.
There's exaggeration and then there's like, whoa, that's a lot. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we need to have a whole different talk with this guy.
800 times.
Work-life balance.
So it's crazy. Also, how it feels like you are really like you and Cosmo came up as this next wave of community managers that are very involved with direct player support, and I see you guys very active on the forums, on Twitter, on Reddit. Is that something that you guys are like made a conscientious effort that this is going to be our next, venture into communicating with our community? Like this, we're going to block out this amount of time per day to jump in there and do this stuff, or is that just sort of like the nature of the beast when you guys started working?
I guess it was the nature of the beast kind of thing. Like, we don't go out and say, hey, I'm going to spend 2 hours on the forums responding to everything I can. But we look at the posts throughout the day and we try to get just a sit rep. In the morning I wake up, I check my phone, I go on Reddit and I'm like, okay, what are the talking points like from overnight? Halfway through the day, I'll check in and see, oh, hey, what has it changed into throughout the day because we just had a new activity go live, or Iron Banner's live. What's the trending topic now that players have had a couple days on it? I'd say both of us we came from that because he essentially like made the Destiny Reddit, and then I've been on Bungie.net long enough to where like it's just kind of second nature to go in and see what are our players talking about. We can see that on Twitch too, like in real time, we'll see people's chats or the player like as they stream talking about certain things, but then we'll also have our post to rely on too, where they can give us a list of their playtime, like over the course of 3 hours, what's the feedback they have.
So the 36 DMs I send you per day, like, why aren't you answering those?
Well, because we have a nightly conversation, Pope, and you can just tell me there.
It's actually, those are really helpful. They help me quite a bit. I feel like sometimes when you're busy, and you say you have, other things you got to do, and I'm like trying to get that call in. I really have a hard time sleeping.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that.
Yeah. I do see sometimes you send me invites on Destiny, and I have my notifications turned off, so I'm not just trying to avoid you, I promise.
I tell him the same.
We'll definitely play
fine.
soon.
I tell him the same.
No,
thing.
it's okay.
I blocked him.
It's okay.
I just hit the
I
ignore
don't
button
take
when
it
he calls,
personally.
honestly. So
I just texted him, nope.
You guys are such jerks. I don't do any of this.
Paul,
All right.
you always call me like right when I'm in the middle of the stream. You have the uncanny ability to call me like
At
mid.
How am I supposed to know when you're
PvP
streaming?
mid
match.
gumbo sip, he's calling you.
Look, I got
So
stuff I'm trying to do. I want. This isn't about me, all right? I want to ask more about Dylan. So let's focus back on Dylan, if you don't mind. So you're what's the major like thing you're looking forward to right now? Like you guys are just gone through a bunch of conventions, work, and things like that. Is there another convention coming up that you guys are prepping for?
Next week, Cosmo and I are going to TwitchCon, and this will actually be the first time I'm going to TwitchCon. The last thing we did was GuardianCon, which was really cool, getting to meet a lot of our fan base and that kind of stuff. And I'm excited to meet a lot of our content creators there too.
Cool.
So you're doing TwitchCon. Anything that people are going to be seeing there that you want to talk about that is they're going to be able to play Destiny?
So it's just going to actually be me and Cosmo going there to converse with content creators. We aren't going to be bringing anything with us, but it's just more to meet and greet everybody that's there.
No
And
juicy details.
they'll be able to.
Yeah, no juicy details. We aren't going to drop any hits for the
Will
next
there
while.
be a Destiny meetup? Like at the stairs or by the water,
I actually
by the
don't know.
bathrooms?
I'm looking into that this week because I know there is there's a cosplay deal on, I believe, this Saturday. So I'm going to see if I can get all the Destiny cosplayers together to get a group shot and have some fun
nice.
That's
there.
cool. Yeah.
That's
So-
always fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always
Well, I was toying around with the idea of having you actually read the TWAB to us and so just because we have this opportunity, we pick apart the TWAB every week.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, you guys spend so much time on it. Do you ever get to a point where you're the community gets a hold of it? Of course, they start pulling it apart. Do you ever how do you guys react to the community reading the stuff that you put down and you write?
Well, I'd say my weekly ritual when it's my turn to read or write the TWAB is I actually throw on T-Rex's stream because he reads it line for line, and he's always he's a very positive voice, and he gives a lot of just very, I guess, direct feedback about it as he goes through it. And then his community is kind of chiming in on their chat too. Cosmo checks through Reddit. We post it on Bungie.net and go through there. But it's as we write it, we build up, and then we push it out. We don't just turn around and walk away as everything explodes, but we definitely we go through it. We watch the feedback as it rolls in for a couple hours and that kind of stuff. Even if we go to meetings, we usually pull our phones out and read through the comments and that.
Nice.
So
have you ever had a last minute omission or a last minute addition to the TWAB that was a really big deal and you couldn't say anything about it at the time, but now maybe you could?
You totally can now.
I'd say no. if anything, the last minute additions to the TWAB after it's already gone live is going back and fixing like spelling errors or if we missed a period, that kind of stuff. But most of the time we get a game plan earlier in the week of what's going to go in the TWAB and we build it over time. We make sure like we sync with our teams to make sure, is this factual? Is this the message that we need to put out? That kind of stuff. And then by Wednesday, we're pretty set on exactly what we're going to say, but we go through it and make sure like, are we saying this, representing it properly, setting the right expectations? Then Thursday rolls around, we just get some final eyes on it, and then we push it out in the afternoon. Elliot cooks up all the really cool graphics too, and we work closely with him to be like, what is the coolest way that you can represent, like, here's the new Iron Banner armor too. So if anything, like last minute additions is more pinging him and saying, hey, can you get us a sweet graphic, or hey, can you redo the header to make it so, I don't know, some crazy chicken is flying in the background. So
yes,
the graphics are always very cool.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
Who curates the collection of cats that Cosmo uses? Does he have an editor for the cats?
That's all Cosmo.
He edits himself on that?
Yeah, he finds all those himself.
That's a lot of power.
Like today, he found the cat ghost. Just like that was his last minute addition within 5 minutes of us pushing it live. He was like, "Oh, I need to put this in."
So if Cosmo's putting in cat pics, would you be putting in the dog pics? And why aren't we seeing more dogs in the podcast or in the TWAB?
I'd say like my approach has always been community art. We go on the creations page and we share a lot of the like movie of the week. We have some artwork that goes out through Twitter, but I'll kind of hide in contextual things. One of my favorites was Steve Cotton was talking about Cade and watching players' first reactions to what happens to him in Forsaken. And in the very last one, like the period is a picture of a Guardian holding Cade and like almost crying, and Cade he's still alive in the image, but he's saying like, "What's wrong, buddy?" And it was just like, I love the kind of humor that you can find on that creations page, so I usually slot that in. Deej is more the dog guy on the community team, so when he writes a TWAB, he can put in pictures of his dog for sure.
Nice.
Well, speaking of the community, we have a few questions that the community has given to us that we would like to ask you now.
Cool.
And Brian?
All right. The first one's from Droid Christmas. You get to have one member of DCP follow you around for a week, narrating your life and announcing when you walk through doorways. Who do you choose?
I'd say like that is the easiest question from Twitter today, probably, and it would be Holtzman. 100% Holtzman.
I didn't bribe him. I did not bribe him.
Interesting. We need
Even
an explanation for
with
that.
him?
Yeah.
I'd say like it's the velvet voice. He knows how to cook, so whenever I choose something from a food truck, he would probably be like, "Oh, that's a very good choice. Dylan's about to eat his po' boy." That would be fun.
The problem is you're gonna get the date wrong every day.
Yeah. Food's probably gonna be expired.
Yeah.
No, the food is never expired. Okay, I take that very seriously.
Chris Lennon says, as a community manager, which event has been the best experience, and which one do you wish Bungie sends you to?
I'd say like every year it's really nice having PAX West just like in the backyard, because I can go there either just on my own or I can go and work the event. One of my favorite experiences was the E3 where we actually first had Destiny playable, because that was before I actually worked here at Bungie. Deej invited me out to showcase it and help like new players play Crucible for the first time on, I think it was Lost Light. And that was kind of like, before getting on player support, that was a really cool way for them to feel out like, how does Dylan handle situations where he's helping out players that don't know how to play the game, that kind of stuff. So E3 is always really cool. Guardian Con was probably like one of the craziest experiences, because we did the Gambit tournament recently. So being on stage with like True Vanguard and losing to Watts, that was awesome.
We all did.
Everybody screaming when that team won too. That was awesome. But I'd say like the one that I am excited I'm being sent to next week is TwitchCon, because that's one area where like I want to meet more content creators and I want to like see more faces and relate them to the names and be able to kind of say, oh hey, would you want to do a Bungie bounty soon, that kind of stuff. So
yes, we would. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought that was quick.
Pope, do you play on Xbox?
Go ahead. No, do not.
That's weird.
I think the last time we did a gameplay with you lost a 1v1 to someone.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
You know
recalling
what?
this.
A rematch could happen someday.
I think this podcast interview might change a little bit and start asking some personal questions.
Going off the rails.
Uh-huh. So Dylan, tell me about your girlfriend and why she hates you. No. Do you remember that?
Well, apparently I talk about a person named Pope Bear too much, and that's why she's not very fond of me right now.
Damn.
Well, I'm telling you, man. Like I it's really hard for me to play and answer questions. And we were in this tense 1v1, and you're asking me about my date, the first girl I dated, and like just these questions. And I'm trying to take the job. I'm trying to take the job seriously.
Sounded
right?
so casual, yet so
We
calculated.
were all very impressed.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I was trying
really
so hard, and then it didn't even dawn on me that he was doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
We were screaming for you to mute him, Pope.
I might have given him
That
a
was
list
so good.
of stuff that would.
Then when all y'all were on a team, you just completely smoked Bungie. So that was a solid game.
We just smoked
very good.
Patrick. Have you seen the montage?
Did you see the montage?
Dying.
Did you see the montage?
I didn't see the montage.
I'll send you the
no.
montage. There's a montage of every death during that entire set of
just Patrick's.
games.
Yeah.
Just
Just
Patrick's.
Patrick's.
Just Patrick's
Just
death.
mine.
Over and over again to some really nice music.
They didn't
I
show
did that
me
not
killing
with movies
anyone.
of the week. We need to feature that soon.
It is. It was up for a movie. We put it. We'll put it in there. Yeah.
Speaking of that, X-Bone Malone says, how many times was Holtzman dunked in the toilets as punishment for throwing the DCP versus Bungie match?
We didn't do anything to punish him.
Mm-hmm.
We know,
But he doesn't work there anymore.
You didn't do anything. There was a distinct lack of sun chips in the snack area.
Yeah. Well.
That wasn't me. I ate all the Pringles, not the Sun Chips. So
Tom Skevington says, when looking for feedback, do you wait for an issue to be reported multiple times in multiple forums / tweets before taking it to the team? Or if there is enough proof in just one post, will it be reported?
I guess when it comes to that kind of stuff, on player support in particular, when issues are reported, we do have an entire team that's dedicated to reading these reports, seeing what are the how do you reproduce this, and then they can go onto a PlayStation, Xbox, or on their PC and try to reproduce it right there. If they have success in getting that bug to happen, then they can just write up an issue and pass it along to the team to be investigated. But then if we have issues where it's this specific hand cannon is having issues with a perk combination and they don't happen to have that, then we do have to wait until we have enough reports to say, hey, we need some time from a tester to look into this specifically. There are also other feedback items in particular where we'll have an Iron Banner go live, and if there's an issue where a bounty doesn't complete, we can go and see that immediately. But then if it's something where it's oh, hey, this game type on this map isn't very enjoyable, or the time limit's running out really quick, we do have to get time to see with our analytics team, check Reddit, Twitter, all of the different feedback portals to see is this a big community feedback point? How many upvotes did that thread get, or how many individual threads were gotten? We can combine that and then pass it along to the team.
Is it true? I need a follow-up question to this. Is it true that if I write a tweet at you in all caps, it's more effective than if I just say it in lowercase letters?
I'd say it's the same, because I read them anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah, I look for the message in the caps, not just the caps themselves.
Interesting.
Ooh, that's deep.
Huh.
That's deep.
Reverend Jimmy Love says, what's a rewarding part of being a community manager that you never expected?
I guess we kind of talked about this earlier. When I looked at community management growing up, I would just think of it as, oh, here's the guy that gives us the weekly updates and then sometimes goes out to events and meets people. But I didn't really think about it until I got here, is how in tune a community manager is with the development team or with the player support team. And just even joining the community team, being with Deej and Cosmo and them showing me the ropes of it's more than just running a giant clan. It's kind of you're with a community that's super passionate about the game that you're all making, and then you're also surrounded by developers that are passionate about delivering that experience to the player, like making new friendships, making hyper competitive modes where there's an ultimate like reward to get, and the feeling of getting that reward, like not only seeing the community like I guess celebrating that, but then also seeing designers celebrating the player celebrating it. Like that was the one thing I wasn't super prepared for going into this job, and I think like that's one of my favorite things is just seeing the teamwork here.
It's cool.
How close is your desk to DJ's?
So, like, if I'm sitting at my desk right now, Cosmo is literally on the other side of me. So sometimes he throws things over the monitors, like sticky notes. Deej is over to the left of me, and we can make eye contact. So when I make an Edge Transit joke, he turns straight to me, giving me the eyes like, did you really just make that joke again? It's pretty good.
So from your desk, you see the portraits of me on his desk, or
No, I have to walk around because he hides those behind his keyboard. So,
but they're still there though.
So they face him.
Yeah,
they're still there.
So he's in constant eye
There's
lock with
someone
Pope.
that you bribed with them there.
Yeah.
I didn't bribe. I have agents.
Oh, sleeper agents.
You know,
in Bungie?
we actually started we have a poster or a corkboard that's behind us where we put a lot of like sometimes fans send in letters, or we just find some really cool community art. Or at Guardian Con, I got some really cool art, and we pin that up just so as people walk through the community pod, they can see a lot of the community stuff there too. We should put your face on there.
I was going to say, is Pope up there? Because that'd be a nice touch.
Right next to it.
Like a dart through it.
Yeah.
We could just like, I don't know, draw a little evil mustache on him too. It'll be good.
Cool.
There's pictures of him with a porn stash. You don't even have to do any drawing. It's great.
Yeah, that new emote looks really cool, by the way.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, Ash is really good. Yeah, she's the one who put the drawing of you for the promo. We got Watermelon Exo.
Yeah, Watermelon Exo says, how'd the hot sauce obsession start? Are you deep in a hot sauce torture club at Bungie and you need a way out, but you don't know who to ask for help?
Blink twice if you need help.
It's a yes or no thing. Like there are definitely spice levels that I cannot handle. Like if you get into like there's a Reaper pepper puree
Carolina
that I
Reaper.
got recently. I cannot even
Ghost
handle
pepper,
that.
Carolina
I'll be
Reapers.
in a corner for 10 minutes sweating and dying. But it started in college. One of my buddies was really into ghost peppers. We started adding it to like instant ramen, and we'd be like, "Oh, this is so hot!" And then, like in the last couple of years, there's a YouTube series called Hot Ones where they do interviews while they're eating hotter and hotter hot sauce, and that really kind of catapulted me into that.
Such a great show.
Now I subscribe to their box, and I actually get 3 bottles of hot sauce every month. So
wow.
We also have a Bungie hot sauce club that I'm terrified of because they eat the super hardcore stuff. But I may have to go to one of those soon and check it out.
You should. I was there for like the first meeting of it, and they kept data on it, and they had like a list of like all the sauces and how they ranked amongst the group.
Do they count the sweat that drops from your forehead?
Yeah.
What's
the metrics in this?
Scoville. You know what? It wasn't for the group that was there. It wasn't as thorough as I thought it was going to be. I'll throw that shade.
You're throwing blem like, man.
You mean not a single spreadsheet was opened up?
I have no knowledge on spreadsheets that may or may not exist.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I think like with their last few, they just take the one that they think is the most painful, and then they try to rank the ones below it. I don't know how they're checking it out with all the other stuff, but I do know like they are trying a variety of super hot sauces during their lunches, and then they have the rest of the day to regret their pain potentially as they're trying to code.
Do they not factor in the pepper flavor though? Like, because like some hot sauces have really rich pepper flavors that are delicious once the burn is set in. Yeah, and others are just straight up hot.
On Hot Ones in particular, there's a sauce called Da Bomb, which is just like you eat it and then you're in pain. Like there is no flavor; it is just straight pain. But then they have the Last Dab, which is the one they end on, and I have a couple of bottles of those, and it's like they mix in mustard, they mix in a couple other ingredients, and it's like you actually get flavor through the heat. And even though you're in pain, it's like, oh, this is actually kind of tasty on this chicken. So Some have a lot of vinegar. Some have like just a lot of different peppers. So, like Reaper, I know what Reaper tastes like now because I tried Pepper X, and it's like, oh, there's actually a difference. It's not just straight pain, but there is like a profile there.
Yep.
Sounds a little S&M to me, but that's awesome. You know,
that's kind of like when you're trying different coffees or you're trying different beers. Like, you get to that point where you can tell
that pain threshold seems to be a part of it. You know,
when you see a warning on a case of beef jerky package that says, "Don't touch this with your hands," and then touch other parts of your body, you know, you should take that serious, right? Maybe use some utensils.
Yes.
Use some utensils if you're going to eat some of that beef jerky. All right. Yeah.
You have a past experience with
Yeah, I do.
Everyone does, Watts.
Everyone.
I just assume Patrick does it on purpose.
You're not wrong.
Helmet Fire says, which is better, cold pizza or cold pizza with pineapple on it?
Answer carefully.
Go with your heart. What does your heart say?
Like, cold pizza is totally fine. I love taking pizza and actually throwing it just in an actual oven to heat it up. Not a microwave, an oven.
Thank you.
Pineapple, absolutely not. I am not a pineapple person. I apologize to all of the pineapple pizza lovers out there, but it's just not my style.
Diplomatic answer.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but maybe you should rethink it.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, I think
this interview's over.
Been a good show, guys. Bye.
Yeah, it's been nice.
I'm gonna go order some pineapple pizza.
We do need to know, though. There is a question that we need to ask. We ask every guest, and we need your honest answer to this.
Honest answer. Let's do it.
What is your favorite drink and snake?
Drink and snack?
Snake.
You'd think it'd be snack, wouldn't you?
You'd think it would be, but it's not.
I'm going to say favorite snake is California King.
Thank you.
Because my favorite bed size, too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But I grew up in San Diego, and I actually had one of those come up to my doorstep one day, and it was eating some bad snakes. So I was like, okay, you're pretty chill. I'm going to leave you alone. And I will just never forget, like, I think I was 7 or 8 or something like that. And it was the first time I had seen a wild snake, because I didn't think in my little suburb, like, there was a hill in the back. I didn't think there would be snakes out there, but apparently there were king snakes. So that was cool.
King snakes eat rattlesnakes. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So that it could have saved my life, maybe. Who knows?
I like the spiders of snakes.
If snakes could eat spiders, I would love them even more.
I mean, they do.
Drink. Recently, I've had to like cut caffeine out of my diet and that kind of stuff. So I used to be super Dr. Pepper, just straight up coffee. But now it's my go-to is ginger ale if I'm drinking like just a random beverage at work or something like that. So
I agree. Concur.
What's your stance on LaCroix?
Clear, there are.
What's my stance on what?
LaCroix.
LaCroix is a necessary evil.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say lemon flavor is great.
Uh-huh.
It's a little ridiculous. You could just drink water, but I do love it. So.
All right. I think I forgive you for the pineapple now. We're good.
Yeah.
Tefty may have let you off the hook, but I have not. Pineapple on pizza is amazing. Well, Dylan, I know you didn't have a whole lot of time to come on. The main thing I wanted to talk about tonight, and I'm really thankful that you took time to come and talk to us about it, is like, it just seems so it seems like your team is so unique, like in their in their individual, what they each bring to the table. And, I see Deej brings, warlocks.
What does Deej bring?
Deej brings.
He's a warlock.
He's the reason all these exotics for warlocks.
And
to be honest,
he brings lots of stuff like warlock jokes and dad based warlock jokes. That's his thing. And Cosmo and you guys bring I see you guys as a big part of the curve as to how the community started to see Bungie being more communicative and being part of like the solution to what we saw as Destiny kind of not meeting our, the community feedback was negative, and you guys jumped on board and were like a big part of that turning around. And so I just wanted to talk to you and then say appreciate you and the work you do behind the scenes. I mean, it's super crazy the amount. When I remember when I went and visited, how much work you guys do behind the scenes every week to produce the player support, the what's up doc. I mean, how much you initiated that, didn't you?
That was before me, but it ended up being something that I inherited as I just started working more and more on player support, because I was able to identify like what are the top trending issues that we should communicate about each week. So
nice.
And I feel like that development and you guys you've really gelled as a community team, and I feel like the communication feedback that you guys have been bringing has been like the best it's ever been. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah. I appreciate
Thank
you
you
guys championing hunters, and one day we'll have our spotlight. I just hope that you and Cosmo will be able to convince the team to finally put some good stuff for some hunters, right? It's tough out here for a hunter.
Shards of Gallon are out there right now. You know that.
They exist?
Oh, they exist.
Wait,
You'll find
there's new exotics?
Yeah, we have the exotic stuff coming out at the end of the month, October 30th. We talked about in the TWAB last week, I think.
Awesome.
So
looking forward to it.
I'm curious why a Titan wasn't hired for the community team, and why are you biased against Titans?
Really appreciate you coming on
I'm
the
not
podcast,
biased
man.
against Titans. Yeah,
It's obvious that you have 2 hunters and a warlock. It's a little disgusting, and it's.
I do. Are you sure about that?
I want to call you guys out live on air that this is not appropriate. They should have been a Titan.
So I was looking at the breakdown of my game time, and it's like Hunter by far, all of my playtime is there. Yeah, sure. But then Titan is a close second. I've been playing a lot more on Titan. I've definitely embraced just like the Sentinel subclass, and I'm trying to share more Titan like fashion, because I really do enjoy like taking the gear sets and then sharing pictures. People are like, "Where did you get those shoulder pads?" Oh, go to Titan, talk to Sloan. But I do have a little bit of Titan in my heart. I can promise you that, Pope, and I'm here to represent you at Bungie.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'll take it as far as I can throw it, but it's. I definitely feel like there's at least you're lying to me about it, right? That I feel that's
you care enough to lie.
Yeah, you care.
Oh. You'll see next time we play.
All right. So, are you saying there's a rematch happening?
Probably someday, maybe.
Yeah.
Titan v Titan.
A little 1v1, Titans
Pope's
only.
been playing a lot on his
Yeah, I
phone.
could. That would be good. Titan v Titan. Best Titan wins.
All right, I'm down.
Oh.
I'm down. Well, thanks. I know you got a jet, and I really appreciate you coming on. Obviously, until the next time we see you online, accept that invite, man, or you're dead. I mean, I just don't understand why. I mean, it's just like I send invites. I send invites. Okay, I'm sorry.
There's definitely one more thing I want to say, like before I leave, is something at Guardian Con that a lot of people are asking me is like, how did I end up getting to be a community manager? And it is a really long story of like 15 years of me just like playing games, making connections, making friendships, and slowly working into this. But I went from going to college, working a retail job, to one day just kind of like jumping in my car and moving to Washington because I applied for a gig and I actually went for it. And that's something that a lot of viewers out there, like, they think, oh, I don't know if I can get into the gaming industry. And I want to say, like, take that chance. Even if your major is architectural design, you could end up landing a testing gig or an entry-level position, and then you could work your way up to your dream job. And I definitely lucked out in that respect. But I hope to inspire more people to do that. So
it's cool.
That's right. So I'll be sharing the desk next to you. Is what you're saying? Next,
maybe.
All right.
That would probably be the most distracting thing ever, but I'd welcome it.
You learn to just tune him out. It's
the beard. It's the beard. It's not me. Like my voice.
It's the constant eye-locking gazes.
Yeah.
You look over, he's just staring at you.
Looking right into your soul.
His beard is staring at you somehow.
I mean, everyone on the community team except Cosmo has a beard, so
When's that going to change? Is he growing it?
I didn't know Deej could grow a beard. I thought that warlocks weren't allowed to.
Oh my god, he's had a beard since I met him.
Oh, that's right. He does have a beard.
Wow.
All right. No,
All
thanks
right.
very much, man. Have a
Thank
good
you
night.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dylan.
All right. Let's get him out of here so we can talk crap about him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like,
And the festival loss. Oh,
yeah.
oof.
Oh my gosh. Can you believe
What a
the guy?
disaster, am I right?
What a disaster.
Disaster of awesome proportions. 'Cause this is pretty fucking sweet this time around.
There's
That's
a
why
cat.
you guys brought me back. Yeah.
Yes.
We brought you back.
Remember,
I thought you just showed up, man.
you can.
I don't think
When
anybody
he
ever
goes.
actually invited him back.
He was just like, guys, I'm coming back next week, and we're like,
What?
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we did get Festival of the Lost this week.
Wait.
We
Wait. I have to go as well.
Oh,
right.
that's right. Pope.
Yeah. So you guys have a
Oh.
great night. I have to go supervise the dance.
oh, geez.
you need to put a ruler between the dancers.
I just actually bring
12 inches.
a squirt
12
bottle
inches.
and a mag light.
Yeah.
They're not cats, Pope. They're people.
No, they're teenagers, and if anybody who works with them knows, they're not.
Oh, you're right. They are
Yeah.
teenagers.
They're not people. Remember that. Right.
We have to teach them to be people.
Teenagers.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Have a great
You too,
show.
Pope.
And
Have a great night.
Yep. Bye, Pope.
Prevent teenage pregnancy.
Yeah.
yes. Remember, spay and neuter your dogs and pets. I don't know.
And teenagers.
Children.
No.
So yeah, we got the Festival of Lost. We got basically kind of a mini game mode that went along with it. The what's it called?
Haunted Forest.
Haunted Forest. Thank you,
the
Tefty.
Spooky Forest.
Spooky Forest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it feels almost horde mode-ish, right? You go in there, you get 15 minutes, and the longer you last and the farther you get, the better your rewards. Kind of, because you
The
get
more souls.
Yeah. The more
you
fragmented
get more
souls.
Right, you get more souls, which can be spent at Amanda Holiday on new masks and an auto rifle. Is there anything else in there?
That's 600. Well, there's bounties and there's triumphs as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, I like the new mode. Right? It's not fleshed out. It doesn't feel like a new grand mode, right? Like if this was like advertised as part of a DLC, like I'd be like, this is a little underwhelming. But as part of just like kind of just a seasonal event, this has the base of something I'd like to see Bungie expand upon, because I like this. I like going in there trying to beat my record, get, if I made it through 7 rounds last time, get to 8 rounds next time, get to 9 rounds next time. I like that. It's fun.
I feel 100% the same. Like this is exactly what I've been looking for from Bungie to do. With that, it reminds me of things like Firefight from Halo Reach, but it's like they're putting in tile sets. I mean, they're finally using the Infinite Forest to actually put in content that like feels like you're actually doing a horde mode, like you said. And I really, really want them to go further with this, because right now it's obviously Infinite Forest, but they could expand that with different tile sets, different planets, all that. Like it's the basis, it's the beginnings, and technically Amanda Holiday is the vendor at the moment for the stuff that you get from it, which again is very rudimentary at the moment. Just like I said, it's mass and all that. But man, it is so fun to like try to get as far as you can, and like RNG plays a factor. You might get good mob spawns, you might get bad mob spawns. The map might be placed perfectly. The boss at the end on each branch. It's really cool.
This is closer to what I thought of when they mentioned the Infinite Forest to begin with. I thought this was going to be more so what we were going to get. So it feels nice to experience what the forest I thought I was going to get actually kind of looks like.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy it. I found myself enjoying it more than I thought I would, where it's like, okay, I get to go in, try and do a higher round and higher round. I do wish there was a way to kill the knight.
Yeah.
the knight that's in there that you can't damage, like just by doing something or maybe getting to a certain level or doing some kind of mechanic in the forest. Because I don't know why, but killing those knights just feels really good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we got to like level 15, if you like you really got all the way there, then you could.
Then you could damage the knight. Maybe they drop something cool. Yeah, so I think this is a really good foundation for a mode like this. But I would love to see them just take this and run with it. Because I think most people who play Destiny really enjoy things like this.
Mm-hmm. The subtle touches too, I really like. The fact that you have a flashlight, right? The whole world isn't illuminated, just what you're looking directly at. It kind of adds an effect to it that's a lot of fun. That knight kind of chasing you around adds like another level of stress and like kind of, oh, here he is, like everybody get out of the way, scatter, because he will, he'll do massive damage to you guys.
Those high levels, he'll kill you.
Especially with blackout and glass.
Yeah. Blackout glasses on. It's like, oh,
one hit.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm usually not scared in this game, but oh no. No.
And then I like how the masks you can actually upgrade in the event as well. So there's different perks you can put on the mask that allow you to do damage in different ways. And then you can upgrade that mask as well by kind of playing repeatedly. Unfortunately, I don't know that there's much of a reason to do that. I don't know that this mask will ever be useful again.
Outside of the forest, probably not. I mean, I want to, personally, I want to collect the masks just to have them because that's what I did before.
I'm going to tell you why you need to collect those masks.
Tell me.
Okay.
That shader that Amanda Holiday has is beautiful.
How do you get the shader?
Yes. By getting the masks.
Oh, do you get all of them,
like
or is it like a number?
All the masks.
Oh, you have to get all the masks?
Interesting, yeah.
I think I might be making that up, but I'm pretty sure.
That's cool.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Some are 40 souls, and some are 30. Is it 30 or 20?
Yeah, I think 30.
It's 40. I thought it was like 40 or 30 then 40, I think.
Yeah, 30 and 40. That's a lot.
It is, but you have 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 3 weeks. And I did the auto rifle in a day, so I'm sure I can handle it.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, again, it's not like you said, it's not a DLC worthy that you like actually pay for, but the concepts are there for them to take it and go even deeper. Better tile sets, more I'm trying to think.
Enemy types.
Mechanics, more mechanics to it. Like different type of branches that could happen going through it, and the rewards and vendors that could be associated with it. It really feels like something that Destiny has been needing as a PvE game for a long time.
Yeah. You just want to shoot things sometimes, Like Destiny is so fun to just shoot things, and having a mode like this is perfect to just shoot things in.
Yeah, what's nice too is it's match made too. So you can go in there alone with and get match made, or you can go there with friends and really try and get as far as you can. I would love to see them, instead of having the time limit though, have it just get more difficult as you went on, and that was kind of what stopped you.
Right. Things are just so
nice,
difficult to kill.
It's nice having like a 15-minute, this is going to be a 15-minute activity period, right? Maybe it's 20 minutes, with everything.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind a real, go at it, see how far you can get kind of thing,
Yeah. I agree. Having no time limit just would be nice.
What did you guys think about the end of the forest?
That was so cool.
It was really good.
When everything drops out?
Where you get sucked
in.
And
it sucks you in too. Yeah. You're trying to jump and it's like you're hitting it. It feels like you're hitting an invisible ceiling when you're trying to jump.
That was a cool touch.
And then
that
knight's there. Oh boy.
Yeah, he's back.
There he is again.
In a pit with you.
He's back.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I really like the activity. It's I've only streamed streamed it once so far, but I really enjoy running it. It's something that I didn't expect that I would enjoy as much as I actually do, because I think a large part of it is the knight that's there that just is this. You get caught into this all right, we're just killing stuff, and you're you don't think about it, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere Knight shows up and oh no, this is actually scary now.
It's hard to see him because it's all dark around you. So unless you're looking right at him, he could very well be coming up to your side.
He has this uncanny ability to always show up when blackout is on too. So I can't see him on the radar. I just kind of round a corner and he's like, "Sup?" All right.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like really loud footsteps. They've really nailed that feeling of that night making you scared.
It's the Dark Blade, right? It's the same guy.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. A la cool.
Yeah. How deep did you guys? How many? What was the highest branch you guys got to?
I don't want to talk about it.
I think the highest I've gotten to is 8, but I've only done it match made.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
8 is my highest.
I believe we got to 11
Nice.
when Dado and someone else and I were doing it.
Nice. Yeah. I was playing with Chevy. Yeah, Chevy and Joker. We got to 12. 12 a couple times actually. And first time we like basically had 4 seconds to burn the boss to get to branch 12, and we burnt the boss in 3 seconds and had 1 second
nice
to then do 12. But like, it's super difficult. Slayerage has gotten 14 as of yesterday.
It seems like the community is maxed out at 14 so far.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 15 minutes, and essentially you'd have to average a minute per branch if you wanted to hit 15.
Which can be super difficult depending on like RNG of tile spawns.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But that's what I love about it. The fact that like you don't know what you're going to get every time you go in. With strikes, for the most part, you know what's going to happen. There's a few variances here and there, and like some of the enemy spawns might be a little bit different. But this type of stuff, actual tile sets, change the feel of it. And yes, it's very Diablo Rift-ish. And that's a good thing, because Diablo Rifts are very successful. Like the end game of Diablo has become Diablo Rift. Grifting, essentially. So if Destiny endgame PvE adopted some sort of line down that way, like you got raids, you got dungeons that are all curated, but then you got this like random experience that has its own set of rewards, that would be amazing. I would love it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I did see someone in chat. I don't remember who it was because it was a while ago, but they said it would be good if you could go into this and it would drop random rolls of the Osiris weapons. Because it is the forest.
That would be
so
cool.
That would be a cool way to kind of reuse them and put them into the loot pool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
I'd really like that.
Actually. Yeah.
Have you guys done the solo version of it, or the non-match made version?
No. It's the only one I've done so far.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like if you really want to challenge, go in the firewalled mode. That's no matchmaking will be in there, so you can just go in as yourself or like a 2-man team. And then challenge yourself to see how far you get in that. It actually gets really intense.
Isn't the difference that it's not matchmaking? Isn't that the only difference?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, there's nothing else difference between the two. So yeah.
Yeah. So like if you just have one other person, you're like, hey, let's see how far we can get as 2 people. You can just go in just as 2 instead of having another person come in.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and also like the mask, even though the mask can't do anything outside of the Haunted Forest, I think it's really cool that they gave a progression to it where you level up the mask, you get a perk, you do it like 3 times. You are checking that off the list as you're going through there.
Yeah.
Part of that progression. Yeah.
And, things like that, those masks that are like kind of available once and then you don't see them. Maybe you see them next year for next Festival of the Lost. Maybe you don't. But like, there was that flaming blue skull head that we got Festival of the Lost in Destiny 1 that I'd pull out all the time, right? We're going into the Crucible. Fuck it. I'm just going to put on this flaming blue skull because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And we might still get some stuff because we have the murder mystery thing that's coming later on.
Oh,
so maybe there'll be some more loot for us to get from that.
And a mystery exotic that's in the heavy slot, right?
I gotta say though, the thing that I appreciate most about the event so far is that it's not just completely microtransaction based.
Yes.
That was
it's
a
not
real
really
bummer.
at all. Like you can spend money and get stuff faster, but you can totally get stuff from using your Bright Dust, using the Prismatic Matrix, get just leveling up and getting engrams, which is how we've wanted these events to be forever.
Yep.
Where you level up during the event and you get special engrams.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely feels much improved over last year.
Yeah, I really feel like they've nailed the balance with that stuff now. Like I did. They're coexisting. The only thing that's annoying is hearing Tess talk about Fenchurch. Yeah.
She talks a lot.
Yeah. It's Fenchurch this, Fenchurch that. It's like, okay, whatever, Tess.
Show of hands. Who actually, did anyone buy engrams, or have you guys just tried to earn them yourself?
I may have spent some money. I may have been enticed by the cat ghost.
I want that cat ghost. I got the Jade Rabbit mask, which I'm very excited about because that thing is
cool.
nasty looking.
Yeah.
But I want that cat ghost. I did get the Siva ship too. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, nice.
Honestly, a lot of the stuff looks cooler than it does in the pictures. Because I got the like the Fanatic Ghost or whatever that's supposed to be, the Scorn Ghost, and that actually looks really cool because it's got like electricity going all around it. It's really
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like how they've done this
yeah,
event so far.
Cat Ghost makes sounds, guys.
Oh, that's
sounds.
cool.
So I've heard, and I want it.
I did like the fact that they give you Rahul as the default mask, and he's got this smug fucking look on his face. You just want to punch the shit out of your own guardian.
Have you put that mask on your female guardian with very tight clothes on?
No.
It's
Why would I
disturbing.
ever do that?
It's disturbing.
Well,
He looks like he just gave you your 18th Edge Transit, and you are just fuming, and he's just looking at you like, ooh,
Rare engram indeed, Guardian.
Decryption is hard.
come back soon. I get so bored.
Yeah, so this event keeps going until November 6th. And like Watts said, is there's another part of this event coming. So we don't know about yet.
Murder mystery.
We know parts of. Yeah, that should be fun. And there were a couple missions too. I forgot about that. There were a couple missions right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Or a mission. Was it a mission?
It was the Festival of the Lost Sectors.
Yeah.
It was like go kill some stuff, essentially. That was it. In an area they've already been.
Yeah.
Going to the TWAB this week, there are some basically paper stencils for pumpkin carving.
Yes.
It's not a big thing, but it's kind of cool, actually. You can print these things out and use them to carve a pumpkin with like Destiny logos on it, like a Crucible logo, Tricorn, the Forsaken logo. It's kind of neat.
It is kind of neat. I saw
pretty
those and I was like, you know what? This isn't like groundbreaking stuff here, but I might go get a pumpkin.
I might go get a pumpkin too.
I kind of want to do a pumpkin carving stream.
Oh, nice. That'd be a cool stream.
But that means I have to buy a printer, and that's way
I have
too
a
much.
printer.
Can you print those out for me?
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's do a pumpkin.
Holtz, I
carving
get in the
stream.
same rut, man.
Let's do it.
Anytime I have to print something, I'm always like, God, what a pain
It's
in
awful,
the
isn't it?
ass.
I have to buy
need
a
print
printer.
stuff like 2 times per year. When I do taxes,
I don't even want to hear this shit from you guys. I got
And then,
2
like,
kids who do school projects, and you know when they want to print stuff out? 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. And I got to figure out how to work a fucking printer.
tell them to go to the library. It's free.
Can't you just give them the printer
Sometimes
and be
there's
like, figure it out
companies
yourself?
who don't use the
Dude, I got
internet.
2 of them. Neither one of them ever work. Ever.
Oh, geez.
Ooh.
That's
Like,
true.
I have to
Printers
go to
break all the
Staples.
time.
The color ones, they use those little ink cartridges, right?
Oh.
Those things just dry up.
Oh,
you know, if you
God.
don't use them,
If you print one thing, they're like, oh, sorry,
It's-
can't print
it's-
any longer. Blue's
Yeah.
missing.
Does it have to be
Yeah.
It's
in
not-
color?
You can't print black.
oh, you want to print? What printer? We don't have a printer here.
Driver issues.
Printer.
Oh my God. It's so annoying.
Fun fact, ink
Printers-
cartridges don't actually dry up. The inkjet actually sprays out a little bit of ink every now and then into like a big ass sponge thing that's inside the printer. So it's literally wasting ink for you.
And they're not
Just
cheap.
for you.
So, great.
Get a
Printers.
laser
Can
print-
someone
get
make
a
a
laser
better printer?
Get a laser printer.
I have a laser printer now. We gave up. We gave up on our regular printers.
Laser printer is really nice.
Live through November 7th, the Rockstar Energy Riots in-game competition is going to happen. If you want to check out the prizes they're giving out, they're kind of cool, actually.
They are
got a
really
Scuff Vantage that's Destiny themed.
Nice.
They got sweatshirts and hats that are Forsaken themed. They got an Astro headset that's also Forsaken themed that looks really cool. And I don't know what this is, but I would like to race them. It's a Rockstar themed 3-wheel vehicle, street vehicle. Does anybody know what this thing is called? I
No
think
idea.
they're made by
I believe
Polaris
they
or
called
somebody. It's got no top to it. It's got one rear wheel. It's got street tires like a car would have, not like a motorcycle. It's 2 front wheels. And it looks like it's going to be a blast to drive. Like, I hope that there's not a lot of traction in the back of this thing, so you can just be sliding this thing all over the place.
That's exactly what I would want to do in a car with no top and a ton of power in it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've seen these before. I know that you don't need a motorcycle license to drive them.
Really?
The kids in chat are calling it a slingshot, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is it because it slings you out of the seat to your
out of the seat
to your death?
You guys are not filling me with confidence about Ferrari Friday.
See, Ferrari Friday sounds awesome because you'd own all the Ferraris and we'd come over on Friday to race, right?
We might start off with Civic Tuesdays.
Got it. All right.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see. Player support. Is there anything in here that we want to go over? Bugs and
There's
fixes?
honestly not much in there this week. It's kind of like, hi guys, we gave you 5 billion things to do this week, so we'll talk
So
to you
good
next week.
luck.
Yeah. There's Iron Banner.
If you finish that, go carve a pumpkin.
You guys play Iron Banner?
Have you? Yeah. Yes. I attempted Iron Banner at 540 light. Gonna say it's not very fun.
No.
To be fair, you were playing on PC,
Yes.
which
It's
Oof.
not any more difficult. It's actually maybe a little bit easier.
oh wait, what?
But yeah, being 540 light is not fun. Especially with you guys. I played solo a little bit today just to see what they put me up against light wise, and there was a much bigger difference. There was some 540, some 550s, but playing with Datto and Holtzman, it was all 600s and like 599.
Really?
And my gun was like 7 tapping people. So
7 taps. Jesus.
But I was usually higher than Patrick on the score.
I was not having a good day. I was really not having a good day trying to play Iron Banner yesterday.
There was a point in Destiny 1 where I wanted to level up my Xbox Guardian so I could raid with some Xbox people, and Iron Banner was kind of the fastest way to do it.
Yeah.
I had to 3-tap people with a sniper rifle. Headshots.
Yeah, I don't even have enough bullets in my sniper to kill them.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played any Iron Banner this week.
No, I haven't either. I've been playing Call of Duty, Black Ops 4,
Yeah?
and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm in love with both of those games. Watts, I know you're an old Call of Duty fan. This game is so fun. It is so fun.
I've heard it's really good. I did buy it. I hopped in for like a few games, but I haven't had enough time to really sit down with it, really try it out. But I've heard nothing but good things, which is amazing because usually a COD comes out and most people are like,
Yeah,
it's kind of the same, not really enjoying it. So it's been great to hear that it's
I've come like this close to wanting to buy it because I've heard of that too. But next week is Red Dead, and there's no way. There's no way I'm playing COD once Red Dead hits. It's not happening.
This is totally a thing I'm going to do until Red Dead comes out.
Yeah.
But I got to say, it's fun. The Blackout mode is fun, man. It's a battle royale with Call of Duty, the Call of Duty engine, right? It feels good.
Yeah.
The shooting feels good. Like it runs so buttery smooth. If you used to play PUBG, you know the pain, right? It's like that game. It just ran so bad.
Yeah.
This game, I mean, I'm running it on a 165 hertz monitor at 1440p, and it's often hitting 165 hertz.
Nice.
Like it runs smooth and it looks nice, and you get the Call of Duty feel for the guns. And
how would you say?
game.
How would you say it compares to like PUBG? If somebody is like a PUBG fan and then got Blackout, is there big differences or is it very similar? Just
it's big difference. Yeah, it's definitely different. It looks similar. A lot of people were saying on stream it looks similar.
Yeah.
But it's faster paced because, like, I think people are moving around faster. They're doing jump shots. They're doing slide shots. The time to kill is pretty quick. The guns are accurate. You know, it feels like the map is smaller. So it just feels like a much faster paced environment than PUBG.
Interesting. Yeah.
But it's fun. You know, it's just
that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say. When it comes to PvP in Destiny lately, I have found a lot less desire for myself to play PvP. And I've been trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And I realized that I think it's connected with the fact that there's so many amazing PvE things to do. And I'm also playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey as well. But like, I'm looking at it as in my Destiny time, what do I want to accomplish and what do I want to have fun with? Like this Haunted Forest. I'm having a blast playing that. the dungeon is out this week. I want to try to solo flawless it. Like those things are taking up my time and my thought process when I play Destiny. I'm not really thinking about just playing PvP in the game right now.
And PvP is getting less fun the more people get Shards of Galanor and Ursa Furiosa. Because soon as they get their super, they just permanently have their super, basically. So you just see that Titan popping that super over and over again. And if you're in quick play, especially if you're not with a full team, there's going to be a blueberry that shoots him twice and he gets his full super back.
That quick? That's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's silly.
Huh.
I think he has to block like 2 auto rifle shots or something, and it's like, oh, got my super gas. Here we go.
Interesting.
So if you have blueberries just like, trying to kill the sentinel, because it's a pretty natural reaction. You see it super far away, you're gonna shoot him a little bit, and he just gets it back instantly. The more lobbies I'm seeing with that, I'm just like, whoa.
It's all about Shards of Galanor, like Shards of Galanor hunters, where it's like, oh yeah, I see 3 people. I'm gonna hit my super button.
Also hate it.
And as long as I get the buff and start gaining it back, it's like, okay, cool, I got my super back.
You know what I started running in quick play because of this? I'm running Tether Night Stalker with trash cannon. I have had enough.
I don't blame you.
I saw Sentinel pop his super. No, get out of here. Stop it. Stop it.
That's hilarious.
I'd still really like to see him address Titan skating on PC.
Yeah.
Like Titan skating with the new availability of special weapon ammo and the new, their ability to shoulder charge with one shot. It's
obnoxious.
It's obnoxious. And everybody's doing it because why wouldn't you?
It's very frustrating. Like as I have noticed that on a Titan, my like general play KD, whatever you want to say, is so much better than when I'm on my hunter. And I think it's mainly because I don't have to deal with I threw my knife at someone instead of punching them, or I punched them instead of threw a knife at them. There's not that weird thing happening. Also, it's just damn, it's really nice to get armor that doesn't have mobility on it, and you can go all resilience and recovery. And also, one-hit shoulder charge is just really stupidly fun.
You guys want to do some Twitter questions?
Twitter questions.
Yeah, sure.
Death and Taxes _TV. Do you have a YouTube channel named Death and Taxes?
It's also a popular Magic the Gathering deck archetype and legacy.
Taxes, huh?
Oh, maybe so he's a Magic YouTuber.
It could be.
Interesting.
Without getting in trouble, can Holtzman give details on what he worked on while at Bungie? Maybe things like design decisions or testing of features currently in the live game. Is there anything you can talk about?
Yeah, like I had a video where I kind of went over all this, but the general the general thing is that I basically did what I did like right now, where I would play the game and I would give feedback on it, and that's basically what I did. The majority of my time there was spent on Forsaken. So when you're like anything specific, it's like Forsaken, just everything in Forsaken.
The BK Broiler writes in to ask, which weapon would you choose for a god roll, and with what perks for each slot? What is that weapon for you guys that you'd really like to get a god roll on right now?
Oh boy.
I would like a Trust hand cannon, because it's actually a 180 RPM hand cannon that seems to actually land its shots instead of Luna's Howl, which feels really bad. And I finally got that. But yeah, like an Outlaw Rampage roll on that would be sweet. Sure. Outlaw Rampage on basically anything is.
I got a pretty great Trust roll with, I think it's Reload or Range is the masterwork, Drop Mag, Explosive, and Dragonfly on there. And the Reload like is insanely quick.
Super quick.
Yeah. I just have to make sure I empty the mag.
Yeah.
Because of Drop Mag. And yeah, I've really enjoyed that gun so far. In terms of guns, I've was hunting for an Outlaw kill clip Tiger Spite, and it finally dropped for me. The
nice.
Actually, was it the Curator roll? Is the Curator roll to Outlaw on that one too?
I don't.
It's the auto rifle from the Dream City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hunting for one of those. It finally dropped for me because I hadn't yet. And the other thing has been amazing. And I don't think I'm really hunting any other god rolls, honestly. I've already got like an Outlaw Rampage Go figure with the range masterwork that just has been beautiful.
Destroys.
Yeah, it destroys both in PvP and in PvE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I would like an opening shot Rampage hand cannon. Don't know which one, don't really care, but I love opening shot. Opening shot just makes things feel so good. I love it.
The problem is opening shot and Rampage usually occupy the same slot on
but
perks.
That's why it's a god roll.
I know.
What's
Can I
the
get
name
an
of
opening
the?
shot Rampage? Did this honestly? That's why I really like DFA. It has, I mean, they occupy the same perk slot, unfortunately, but yeah, DFA is kind of like the perfect hand cannon for me. That's the one that I really, really, really enjoy, and I just haven't found a year 2 version that feels as good.
What's the raid hand cannon?
Nature of the Beast.
It's an energy weapon?
Or Nations of the Beast.
Yeah, I kind of want to god roll on that. I wouldn't mind getting the Midnight Coup roll on that.
I got the.
That way I'd have one in the
I have
energy
one
slot
really
and one in the one in the kinetic slot.
Yeah.
I have the Outlaw Rampage version of that. I also have the Outlaw Dragonfly version, which I really fucking like.
Does it feel as good as the Coup does?
Nope.
I never really liked the feel
It
of
doesn't.
the Coup
Never mind that.
anyway.
It doesn't,
So,
Briar.
you know.
I have it. It doesn't.
Never mind then. I've been really enjoying Black
I
Ops.
really like that gun.
It's a good gun. Don't get me wrong, but the coup is the coup.
The real search for me has been armor, like trying to find those perfect armor pieces that both give you the armor perks and also look good. So for me, it's the entire raid set on the for hunters. So right now I need like a sniper rifle scavenger armor piece for hunters. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what. Just sniper rifle scavenger would be lovely.
Yeah, that armor looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It does. On all 3 classes too.
Mm-hmm.
Shaquille Everett says, which DCP member besides yourself, I guess, would you want on your Gambit team?
Watts.
Yeah, Watts.
Yeah, Watts. Definitely.
Yeah.
Watts, you got to actually choose somebody. You're the only one.
You could choose Dark Watts.
Dark Watts. Is that Watts with a goatee?
Taken version of Watts.
That sounds pretty cool. Probably Holtzman.
Aw.
You could maybe go invade when I don't feel like invading. Maybe he'll hit stuff. It's possible.
It's sometimes. if I'm on a mouse and keyboard, it is a real toss-up.
I played a little bit of Gambit today. Gonna go ahead and say that the sleeper nerf didn't really do anything. Not on PC anyway.
It did in some of the games that I played.
Yeah,
there were sleeper rounds that went like right over my head. I'm like, oh, that would have normally just killed me. Okay, that's fine. Cool.
I haven't played a lot of Gambit yet. I need to because I still need the space meatball.
Yeah, I need it too.
Same.
I need that.
Here's the thing:
2 or 3 more times.
I don't know if I want malfeasance. You know why?
It's not
Because
good.
the loot pool.
Because of the loot pool. It might drop another malfeasance for me.
Oh, no.
The chaperone is sitting at Amanda.
I got an ace
She's
of
like,
spades to drop, actually.
there you go.
That was my exotic that dropped an ace of spades.
I keep going up to Amanda. She's like,
Congrats.
congratulations, you won the contest. I'm like, save it. I don't need that thing yet.
But Tefty Chaperone is actually really
I know.
good.
It's really
I
good.
know.
It's fun, too. It's a really fun gun to use.
Millie Meter Mason says, do you guys remember the first PD episode you were all together? I listened to it not long ago. Watts had just beat Holtz's team in the first trials tourney. Pope didn't play devil's advocate and talked about wanting to smack Aldrin. Pope seeing the future. You guys were all so nice.
Really? Have we gotten less nice?
We hadn't grown to hate each other then.
That's not true.
The hate was planted.
Well, at this point,
it hadn't
at
grown.
this point, we're like the cast of Top Gear. We just, we're here. Okay,
We're
no
here,
one watches
guys.
Top Gear. That's fine.
No, I love Top Gear.
That song comes up when
Not the American one, though. That one can go.
Yeah, that song always comes up when I'm listening to Led Zeppelin radio, and I'm like, I don't watch the show, guys, and everybody's like, unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I remember being in your chat when we talked about Top Gear. People were very upset.
Yeah, they
did
took
not.
offense. I was like, guys,
I'm a little
I'm
offended.
so sorry. Put on my list.
Top Gear is great.
Yeah. Ringo the Dingo says, if your guardian had one last wish granted by Riven based on his or her desires, what would that be? So it's not your wish, it's your guardian's wish.
My God.
I am my guardian. So it's my wish.
Okay.
I mean, my guardian would be rocking the last word.
Okay. My guardian would be rocking the bones of EO.
We could swap exotics, print one out for each other.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
I would have nothing but beautiful capes for the rest of Destiny's lifetime.
That's a real good wish. I would like the availability of crawfish in the state of Washington to be significantly higher than it is right now, which is basically non-existent.
Wait, is Washington a playable zone?
I have no idea, but I just whatever. That's my wish.
We got the Cosmodrome. We got the European. I don't think Washington's in the game yet, man. I'm sorry. It doesn't add up.
Fallout. Are you thinking of Fallout 3? Oh no, that's Washington D.C.
Huh.
Not ringing a bell.
Yeah.
Look, I just want to be able to go down to the store, buy a 70-pound sack of crawfish, and go boil them.
70 pounds.
God damn, how many
Swap
times have I said
crawfish
that?
and stuff for really good Japanese food.
I know. Crawfish is so good.
How many people you feeding, man?
That's about 4.
It's 4 people.
70 pounds of crawfish is 4 people.
Yeah.
Do you pace yourself?
No.
For how long? A week?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I can, like, when I eat crawfish, I can usually do about 15 to 20 pounds by myself.
Is this
in one sitting?
Yes.
Does like the shell?
Do you do hot dog eating competitions on the side?
No, you only eat the tail meat. So there's like,
how much weight is in
like
this bug?
You only eat like 1/3 of the actual weight of the crawfish.
Just a bunch of water in there?
No, it's a bunch of meat in there, and then the carcass.
You can't eat
it's
that much poundage.
Dude, the shell
I'm
is
sorry.
heavy.
You'd have to be checked in.
To what?
A hospital, man.
What, you don't think I can eat 15 pounds of crawfish?
Well, I'd make a bet, but
sounds
I
like
knew
a
that you would
competition.
squelch on it anyway, so.
Yeah. We forgot to ask.
Bring that up, huh?
Pope's gone. Damn it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna say that we should, when we're in Japan, we should take Patrick to Harajuku, and he should go to one of the many hairdressing salons that they have there. You should grow your hair for this. I'm gonna get you a super.
When are we going? How many months is it? Because I'm gonna have to do some weird shit to get my hair to grow that fast.
I'm just saying. I think being given a makeover by a cute Japanese girl would be entertaining. Just want to see that.
I'm sure it would be entertaining. I don't know if I keep the haircut.
River cockroaches, nice.
Yes, they are delicious little river cockroaches.
Have you
Ocean bugs.
ate cockroach, like an actual cockroach?
No.
Maybe they taste the same. I don't know.
Are you sure? Maybe they were in. Did you get 70 pounds in 1 ounce?
Yeah. Have you checked your supplier?
Sometimes you do have to check the bags because you end up finding turtles in there, and that's always kind of awkward.
And other stuff that you dredge off the bottom of places that you shouldn't get food.
Briar, you like crab? You like lobsters? You like clams?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All bottom feeder type little
true.
things.
Lobsters also look like giant ocean roaches.
They definitely do.
Delicious.
Covered in butter.
William PB says 100 episodes from this point. What are your podcast? I'm going to actually, you know what, William? I'm going to wait until Pope's here for this one. My bad. All right. He's got another question anyway. William PB says you step out of the shower and you realize you forgot your towel and clothes.
Oh, hate that.
You also realize that you were streaming and you left your webcam on. It's staring at the washroom door. How do you get out of this predicament? You have no phone, no Alexa, no Siri, no hand towels, and there's no one else in the house.
Fucking own it. And also be like, how the hell did my camera get from here to 180 degrees and like
That's a good question.
feet the other direction. That's really what I'm gonna start.
Here's the thing about this question. I already walked in there naked, so you already saw everything that I'm putting out there. So
you've already been banned from Twitch at this point. So.
Yeah, that's true. Your stream's probably down. It might actually be safe now to go walk in front of the webcam. Yeah, I'm gonna say we're already banned, so easy.
Yep, stream's already off.
Oh, see, people are saying shower curtain in chat. I don't have a shower curtain.
Yeah,
because mine's a glass door.
You got the glass door.
There's always a way to avoid the webcam angle, though.
Oh, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Grab a couple of empty bottles that used to be shower beer.
No.
Strategically cover up with shower beers.
Get the bath rug. Everyone's got it like the bath
rug.
The bath rug.
Do you have one of those fuzzy seats?
No.
I don't either, but I want one.
Going to Bed Bath & Beyond after this.
Josh Bryant says, you're heading to the wrestling ring for a tag team title match. You get to choose your partner to fight with you to win the tag title. Who do you pick and why?
Out of the podcast members?
He doesn't specify.
I would pick Briar because Briar is a wrestling champion.
Yeah, this is true.
If I had to pick between podcast members, I'm going Pope. You know that dude's going to fucking fly off the handle. Right? You get Pope mad, he is going to go ape shit.
That's a good point too.
It's true.
Watts,
he is crazy.
Watts, don't you know like karate or kung fu of some nature?
I did kickboxing and stuff growing up.
I'm going with Watts. Wild card. They wouldn't see it. They'd be like, "Oh, this is easy," and all of a sudden, right in the face.
John Cena.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just gonna go with John Cena.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
The Mohegan 9 says, are all candles considered glow in the dark?
No.
An unlit candle is not glowing at all.
Bingo.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. Easy.
Try harder next time, Mohican. Dominic Zulu says, you own a TARDIS. Do you guys know what a TARDIS is? Do you guys watch Doctor Who? It's the time machine.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant Final Fantasy TARDIS. Never mind.
You own a TARDIS, and you can go to any place or any time ever. Where do you go? Where and when do you go?
That period of time where I wasn't on this podcast, it was fucking amazing.
We thought so too.
Better for everyone.
Can I pull it Back to the Future too and just go get like a sports almanac from the future?
Oh, that's a great idea, man.
It wasn't. They didn't explicitly say you couldn't in the rules. So
yeah, I think that really works. I mean, that's going to finance Ferrari Friday right there.
Yeah, that's honestly what I thought. Exactly. When you said that, I was like, "There's Ferrari Fridays, Lamborghini
that's how it all comes together."
Yeah, racetrack, everything.
Mm-hmm. Civic Tuesday.
I don't really have a specific place that I'd want to go or time. I feel like it would just be a tough trip if you don't have a crap load of money. So I think I got to go with Briar as well, man. Gonna go back to get an almanac or a future. Go to the future, get an almanac, come back to your present, and then just run a racket on betting on everything.
Or you could go back to like 1984 and put like $10 on Apple, and then you're same effect, really.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Fair enough.
I would go back in time to always save Christina.
Who's Christina?
It's from Steins Gate.
Who?
It's an anime.
Oh.
Watts, I found a really good anime. I'll save it for when I'm on your podcast.
That'd be perfect.
But it's really good.
I wonder if I'm watching it already.
Probably not.
Anime conspiracy theories.
Dreadnought says, is there any food that you guys don't usually eat or don't like eating without its partner? For example, I don't like eating French fries without ketchup or bread without butter.
To be completely clear here, French fries are just a delivery vessel for sauces. So
this is correct. This is a correct and true statement.
I feel like fast food French fries are that way. Some restaurants have really good French fries, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like if you guys are ever here in Seattle, we need to go to a place called Purple. Purple
We need to go to Dick's.
Dick's is also really
what
good.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
See, Brian's happy.
They got really good fries. Actually, if you guys are ever up here, we need to go to Dentai. We need to do the Dentai thing.
Gluten-free?
This is true.
Yes.
For real?
I'm sure there's some gluten-free options.
Not water?
I think we are
It's
planning
Seattle.
to go up there somewhat soon, aren't we?
Oh.
Soon? I don't know about soon.
I don't know how soon it is. It's sometime in the future.
Cool. Well,
Less than Back to the Future 2 future. Although that was like now.
Yeah, we're past that.
Back to the Future 2, they went to the future and it was like 2018, right?
Yeah, I think so. It happened this year, right? It was like March or April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
About back to the original question: foods and its original and its pairings.
Water without coffee.
What?
I guess if I'm having ramen, I like noodles and also the soup part. Yeah.
No,
That
that would only be like Sukumen ramen, whereas like you have to pair the noodles with it.
Apparently we were.
When I think of ramen,
Apparently we were 3 years off, guys. It was 2015.
Oh,
everyone in chat's saying
It was
it's not 2015.
Yeah,
Right
I remember like Tony Hawk doing some weird skateboarding thing with a levitating skateboard.
Wow.
But it was just a bunch of editing bullshit.
Time flies.
This
Uh,
is a hard question.
it's a really difficult question.
I don't eat many things that aren't
Have to
already a
pair.
complete
Okay.
meal within their name.
I got it. If you were to
Okay.
take the rice out of fried rice, no deal. That'd be bad.
Yeah, that would just. What the fuck is it?
It's vegetables.
Even that?
It's vegetables and some meat.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Guys, it's a pairing, so it would be like fried chicken and waffles.
It'd be like peanut butter and
It'll
jelly
be
or
like
something
hot
like that.
dog. Like
Yeah,
hot
waffles
dogs and
without
mayo
maple
or
syrup.
something. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
I think my example works perfect.
I think mine does too. If somebody hands me a water, I'm gonna be like, "Can you put a little coffee in this, please?"
Pizza without pineapple is probably the best one. I do like
Jose says, "Thoughts on broccoli sticks? Are broccoli sticks a thing?
broccolini.
That's not a broccoli stick. That's broccolini.
What's a broccoli stick?
That's what I'm saying. I don't have any thoughts
Is
on
it not
broccoli
just a
sticks. I've never
broccoli?
heard of it before. Is it like a
Right.
carrot stick? Do you cut the top, the tree
the head
part off of
like the
broccoli?
actual broccoli part off.
That's
of
the good
broccoli?
part of broccoli. Why would somebody
When I
serve you
when
this
I
thought?
look for broccoli sticks, I get broccolini.
Interesting.
Okay, I guess it's broccolini then.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Then
There's
it's
also
fine. It's pretty good on pizza,
a
actually.
picture of like get a Kraft popsicle stick, cut part of the broccoli off, and then shove it onto the Kraft popsicle stick.
What?
For
Is
what
that-
purpose?
I don't think
is
that's
that
what
a
they're talking
broccoli
about.
stick?
I don't think that's what they're talking about there.
We couldn't afford lollipops, so here you go.
Pluck this out of the garden.
Lick on this for a little while,
Froze
you
it.
know.
There's my pairing. Can't eat broccoli without a stick.
It's barbaric. Who would eat broccoli without a stick? Boomble, this is the last question of the night. Boomble says, would you rather have your beard take the place of your hair or your hair take the place of your beard?
In current state, because Patrick's how's your hair looking under there? Do you have hair yet?
It's not looking like a mullet.
Find
That's
out.
all I know.
Okay,
It's not a mullet.
it's not a mullet.
Not a mullet. I had to go. I had to go to Texas for a wedding, and my long-haired liberal northern self.
If you were ever
probably-
going to go anywhere with a mullet, it's to a wedding in Texas.
You're not wrong, but the only options I had to get my hair cut was like a fucking Great Clips. So I was like,
If you're
What do
ever
they-
going to get a mullet, the place to get it
It's great clip.
I was rolling the dice here. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be a lot easier for me to just be like, hey, my hair's really long, shave it. And then go, hey, I need you to make me a righteous mullet.
But if they screw up the mullet, then they can just shave it.
I mean, you're not
That's true.
wrong, but I don't want to pay for it.
I don't think you would have had to.
I think if they
Would
if
I
they
have,
mess
would,
up your
would I have
hair-
had to pay for 2 haircuts then? Like, if you
No.
get one haircut and you don't like it and they shave it, are you only paying for the shave?
You're only paying for one. I'm pretty
Yeah, you
sure.
got to be satisfied.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't the mullet 2 haircuts in one?
Party in the front. Yeah. Or business in the front, party in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Does anyone even know
supersized
how to
combo of
cut
haircuts.
mullets anymore?
All right, back to the question. If I have to choose between putting my hair on my face or my beard on my head, I'm going beard on my head. I've always been jealous of people who can grow afros. And I think that if I was growing this hair from here, I could make it happen.
That's true. That's true. Well, I'd definitely put my hair on my beard, and then I'd have a beard. And I could fit in.
True.
I don't like change. I'm just going to keep things the way they are.
Yeah. I feel like I'd stick with the status, honestly. Personally.
All right. And with that bombshell.
Yeah, that was
I've only been recording for like an hour and 40 minutes. What?
Yeah.
Well,
it's a short podcast.
Yeah. It was a short interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, is there nothing else to talk about? I mean, how are you guys? I wasn't here last week or the 4 months, you know?
How are we?
What's up? Yeah, what's up?
Playing a lot of Forsaken.
I'm playing a lot of Assassin's Creed or Odyssey. I'm fucking in love with that game.
How far are you right now?
I think I'm almost 30 hours.
Nice. I'm actually 33 hours into it. It says I'm 56% through the main story.
Yeah, it's a long game.
Yeah.
And then there's a ton of side stuff to do.
Oh, it's massive.
Like you open up like these like series of assassinations. You open up the quest to go kill the mythical animals. You open up the quest to kill.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
Oh
there's
my
all sorts
God.
of cool stuff in there.
Also, you open up the desire and the opportunity to Spartan kick everyone off a cliff,
Yes.
which ends up taking up half your time at least playing that game.
You got to position it just right. So
You see a cliff
boom,
and you see some enemies. You're like, well, this is an obvious opportunity to Spartan kick everybody.
I actually did that almost by accident at one of the early boss fights that was supposed to be this dramatic fight. And it was literally the first button I pushed. I just fucking Spartan kicked him
later,
off the
nerd.
cliff. And it literally, you see the guy fly off the cliff, and a cutscene starts playing. I'm like, that's it?
But you were satisfied, weren't you?
I was very satisfied.
Did the cutscene like teleport him back up top and he was like, on the ground?
Oh, no, he was dead.
Oh, okay.
He was gone. Yeah,
we have Red Dead coming out.
Red Dead's coming out next
I can't wait. Red Dead next week.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, actually,
I'm really excited.
next week I will be going straight from podcast to Red Dead because it comes out at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. West Coast time.
Oh, does it?
Well,
so you'll be going
it's
on Thursday night.
midnight,
Nice.
the 26th on the East Coast, which is 9 p.m. West Coast.
Right.
And I cannot wait. Apparently, what is it, 60 plus hours of main story content?
Yes.
Just for Red Dead, like the main story.
Nice.
And that doesn't
lot of
count me
time.
playing stabby hand and poker the entire time.
That counts. No side questing, no exploration, no hunting bears, none of, no petting your horse.
I will be playing stabby hands and poker.
I'm
entire time.
excited about dynamic pooping.
Dynamic pooping. I'm excited about horse balls.
That's what I'm saying. Horses have dynamic pooping and testicles that are dynamic. They shrink and grow
Sign me up.
with the weather.
I feel like I am missing out on a lot of context.
Horse nut musk. All right.
Dynamic or horse nut musk. It's dynamic.
I'm excited,
These
man.
are PS3 horse nuts here.
But
these are
there's
next
one thing
generation.
that I'm really concerned about is that you can actually kill your horse, and it's permanent.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
I know. I'm gonna develop this
That's going to
bond.
make me really sad.
Yeah, you can feed, you can pet your horse, you can develop an actual connection with it, and then it can die. So you have to watch out. You can't just go jumping off that cliff and be like, "Whoa, that was crazy. What do you think, Wilbur?"
Yeah.
Wilbur? Oh my God, Wilbur! I thought you were
Get a new
invincible.
one.
Pop, pop, pop.
You've been with me for 20 hours. And now you're dead? Oh, God. Jumping off a cliff was a bad idea.
And after playing Assassin's Creed, you may have gotten used to such activities.
Yes, exactly. God forbid there's an ability to kick people in Red Dead. Because I will never finish the game. I'm going to be booting people off of trains, booting them off the cliffs, booting them off their horse, everything.
Yeah. The game is gorgeous, too. I mean, we've only seen the console footage so far. We don't even know if it's coming out on PC, but it looks so good. And apparently it runs pretty well, too.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's coming out on PC. It's coming out next week.
They have not
announced it for PC yet.
Yeah, it looks like it sounds like they're launching on console and then launching online about a month later, sometime in November. Seems like they're going
similar
to work,
to like GTA,
exactly.
like GTA 5.
They're going to work out all the kinks, and then once all the kinks are ready, then put it out on PC. Possibly, it would be really weird if they didn't put it out on PC because there's a huge market right there. The people that would buy it.
Yeah, they didn't put out the first one on PC ever.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago though, or 8 years ago.
True.
So I'm very excited about it. I think
I'm very excited.
It's just an incredible time to be a gamer right now. Between Destiny being excellent, like there's great things to do in PvP, there's great things to do in PvE, and all these other games right now. It's awesome.
Yeah, like I still want to play Forza Horizon 4. I haven't even touched that yet. There's so many games right now that are really good, that are either they just came out or they're coming out.
Yeah,
and the new Battlefield game looks really good.
Yeah, I have no interest.
I still haven't played the new Tomb Raider game, and I'm getting delivery of that new 2080 Ti, so I'd like to check out the new ray tracing graphics on that.
Ray tracing is cool.
Yeah,
you know what's really cool? Ultra wide monitors.
Really still waiting for that cat girl to crawl on the black side.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Because Patrick on his stream has just black bars top and bottom because it's widescreen, saying we can utilize that space to have cat girls crawl across every now and then, do a little meow, and go away.
A cat girl?
Like, I was gonna have
Catwoman.
No, anime cat girls.
Oh,
what?
Briar, I'm gonna need you to look up a video game here that you should definitely play. Not stream because it's banned on Twitch. It's called Neko.
I'm in.
It's called Nekopara.
Oh, I believe Gary Diaz has informed me about this game.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Is this the one that came with a pair of panties as a collector's item? Collector's edition?
Maybe if there was ever a physical one made. I've only known about the digital versions of the game. If you're under the age of 18, please don't search Nekopara.
So you played this on your ultra wide?
No, I played it on a standard definition.
Is that why you get the ultra wide, so you can get the full spread?
I don't think the game actually supports the ultra wide, by the
way. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I think that's it.
I think that's the show, guys.
I think that's
fine. All right.
There's a lot to do in Destiny. I don't know. There's like Shad Thrones, Festival of Laws, Zion Banner, the Space Meatball that you need to go find.
There's a ton. Tons of things to do right now.
You got the Black Armory coming up.
Yep. They haven't talked about that.
It's not too far away, actually.
It's not.
It's supposed to be what, like first week of December or second week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Early December. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it. Let's end it. Let's go to an early night and come back strong next week. What do you say?
Making gumbo or whatever. Yeah, no, sounds good. This was the 107th episode of DCP. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to find more of me, I'm at Holtzman_YT. And I'm back, baby. Yeah.
Holtz is back. Since I guess I'd be next, I am Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. Catch my streams, twitch.tv/TeftyTeft. And thank you very much.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me streaming weekdays. Actually, for the next 4 weeks or so, it'll be kind of sketchy streaming schedule. You can talk to me on Twitter. Just look up at the Briar Rabbit or at the Briar Rabbit, or check out my YouTube channel.
Awesome.
And I am Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just search for Miss 5000 Watts. Pope Air's not here to sign off, so we don't know what to do.
So we're just gonna.
Pope's on Twitter.
Yeah. Well,
just click the button.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. We are we're gonna roll credits and then be back to read out some subs. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.